Jesus Christ. Fuck. Hey you guys. So today I'm going to be doing one of my most requested videos. Probably since I started the channel, so many people know me and know my interests and stuff have been telling me to do this video or just a video like it, which I've done the horror movie thing. But I just thought, why not do, let you guys know about some of my favorite movies. So this is what I'm doing today, obviously. Also it's fucking cold as shit in my house today. So I just decided to fucking layer up because fucking wintertime in Los Angeles is fucking weird. It's not cold, but it's not warm either. It's fucking weird. I don't know. But anyway, here's my top 10 favorite movies. And these are in no particular order of I like this one more than this one. It's just I kind of made the list and I honestly couldn't even put them in which order I think is better. I could, but I just didn't want to do that. I don't know, I just feel it's just better to just give you the movie, tell you why I like it, and then just let you see it from then. And then I don't know, hopefully it hopefully it just opens your mind. Fuck. Hopefully it just opens your mind to just different shit. I don't know. I probably wouldn't have known about most of these movies if I wasn't a real movie nerd and cause I fucking I go deep into shit. So with that being said, for this list I'm not gonna include any Tarantino movies just because he's such a he's my fucking idol, and I feel that's just I don't know, it would be easy for me to say oh fucking Kill Bill's my favorite. I don't know, that just feels like a cheat almost. So I'm gonna do a whole nother video about him and other directors that I really like. Oh fuck. First movie on the list is Fight Club. And I mean why not? How can you not like Fight Club? I think I saw it around okay. So my aunt for Christmas every year she gives me Target gift cards, and this has been a thing with her for most of my life. And I used to always just feel why the fuck are you giving me gift cards at Target? I don't fucking shop at Target any time of the year. And she used to get when she used to give them to me when I was a kid, I would go to buy the toys and the other shit. And by 2015, I was 15, so by that time I wasn't playing with toys and shit. So I was what the fuck can I use this for? So I wandered into the fucking DVD section of Target, and their fucking Fight Club was for $3 or $4. It wasn't that expensive, so I got that and some other movies that are probably on this list. And I'm not gonna lie, when I first saw it, it didn't really hit me that well. Well, I watched it until the big twist or the big reveal. If you've seen the movie, then you know what I'm talking about. So the whole thing, I mean, it was good. I was impressed and everything. It just didn't really hit me until I was oh shit, that's what this has been building up to. So yeah, that's been one of my favorite movies ever since I saw it. So many, oh my god. So many elements of it, once you find out the little twist in it, the fun part and the thing about movies in general is just being able to something, and then you can rewatch it and then be oh hey, that's what that's hinting at, or oh I realized that, or just finding something new with just the same movie, the same story, but just seeing something new in it. And that's what I think makes a lot of films last a lot longer than just oh they did this, they did that, and it's over. It gives you something to go back to, and just stuff like that. And Fight Club really does that for me. I think it's a really funny movie. That's something that I feel it doesn't get as much credit as it should. I mean, it's still a pop culture thing or whatever. I still see people making references to it and shit, but I don't know, that's just one of my a big thing that kind of caught me off guard, and it was just kind of random that I just happened to get it at Target that Christmas. But yeah. Number 2 on my list is Shutter Island. And I don't know I know maybe fucking 4 people who have seen this movie. It's by Martin Scorsese. If you know him, he did The Aviator, Wolf of Wall Street, Casino, fucking Goodfellas, shit like that. And it's kind of the opposite of Fight Club in the sense that, like, you don't, like, there's a twist, kind of, but it doesn't, like, really give you anything to go off of. Like, you can watch it, like, I still watch it, and I have no idea what the fuck it means. And that's another thing, like, again, that makes it last so long, is, like, you can watch the movie so many different times, and you can get something else out of it, and it's like, you can, like, I still watch the movie, and I still have no idea what the fuck the mystery is to it. I'm not gonna, like, try and spoil it or give you, like, too many details, but yeah, like, and it's a really good movie too, and so many people are fucking, like, I was asleep on it. I don't even remember how I found it. I think it was, like, on demand or something like that. I was just bored and I was just scrolling through it, and I just saw, like, Scorsese, some shit, I don't know, or maybe I just Googled his name or something like that. But yeah, like, that's probably, like, one of his, like, best, like, compared to, like, most of his stuff. Like, most of his, like, gangster stuff is cool, but he kind of did something totally different and did, like, a whole, like, it's a real mystery, like, you don't know, and it was, like, it was really intriguing to see him, like, do something new like that I wouldn't have really expected him to do. Next movie I'm going to talk about is another Scorsese like, this is a fucking classic of his, which is Taxi Driver with Robert De Niro. And honestly, this movie, like, it's like a slow, like, it's a build-up almost. It's like a whole, like, snowball thing that, like, builds up to, like, this whole, like, impactful moment. But low-key, like, I can see kind of why people might not like it, because it is kind of, like, a slow, like, what the fuck am I watching? But it's still, like, it's worth it. I mean, Robert De Niro is such a good actor that, like, he can really, like, it's more of, like, a character study than anything. And, like, the psychosis or, like, the psyche of this guy who's kind of, like, you know, a loner in New York, like, the most populated city in the country at least, who's just, like, really alone and shit. And it's, like, a really, like, I don't know, it's one of those, like, cool kind of, like, this motherfucker's crazy kind of movies, but it's sick. Like, it's been, like, a really influential movie for me and, like, my writing and stuff like that. So that's definitely something that that's definitely a favorite of mine. Next on the list is one of my little hidden gems that I'm going to reveal to you guys today. It's this 1978, I think. I'm pretty sure it came out in 78. This movie called I Spit on Your Grave. They did so many, like, sequels and, like, reboots and shit, but the first one is fucking gold, dude. I don't even know if you can find it online anymore, but if you just, like, look for it, I'm pretty sure you can still find it somewhere. But that movie is fucking intense. Like, I remember reading about it after I saw it, and it was, like, banned from, like, a bunch of countries, and, like, I don't remember if they thought that, like, it was one of those things where, like, they thought it was real, and, like, I don't know, but it was, like, a really controversial movie when it came out, and it's fucking tight. Like, I don't know, like, it's kind of a fucked up, like, plot premise, but it's such a really, like, cool, like, I don't know, it just seems cool to me. And, like, the only thing that makes no sense for, like, them to keep, like, rebooting it or, like, doing, like, sequels to it is, like, it's about this girl who gets raped by these guys and she kills the guys. But it's, like, how many times can this bitch get raped and then, like, come back and kill the people who, like, you know, like, it doesn't make sense how they can be like, oh, I spit on your grave 2, I spit on your grave 3. Like, that just fucking made no sense to me. But it's still a really, really good movie. And some of the scenes in there are, like, it's gruesome, but it's, like, I can't help but laugh because it's, like, it's kind of over the top, but not too, like, campy. I don't know. It's just really good. It's a really good, like, exploitation movie that I fucking love. And if you guys didn't know this about me or are just now, like, kind of fucking with my channel or whatever, I'm, like, really into writing screenplays and, like, movie scripts. It's the same shit. But, yeah, I'm really into, like, writing and stuff like that. And, like, the first script I ever wrote was, like, really, really influenced by this movie. So, I don't know, it just holds, like, a kind of, like, special place in my heart of women killing men who do bad things to them. But, yeah, it's, like, it's a cool, like, if you're a feminist, then you gotta see this movie. It'll make you hate men even more. So, check it out. Whoo, fuck. Number 5 on my list is Harlem Nights. And this movie is like, it's really funny, but it's also like, I don't know, because with most comedies, it's like hard to like balance out like the funny parts and like the serious moments.
Pull up to his bumper, we'll blow his head off. Damn! I think I broke my nose, look! Junior, you okay? Junior! Junior! Oh, shit! Junior dead in the motherfucker! You shot Junior in the back of the head! It was a mistake, man! Sid! Put up next to that motherfucker! Oh, shit! Shut up! It was a mistake! Damn! Junior dead! It was an accident, Junior! I'm sorry! Shit. I'm sorry, Junior! Oh. Kick that motherfucker now! Oh, Junior! I'm sorry, Junior!
And Eddie Murphy directed this. He wrote it. He produced. He did like almost everything for it. But I don't know. It's like it's really funny. It doesn't like compromise the serious moments just to make a joke, which I feel like a lot of movies nowadays like they'll just try to make everything like a little punchline and like you won't really get to have like the story, at least with comedies most of the time. And he did like such a good job. I'm pretty sure it's like the only movie that he wrote and directed, but it's like what the fuck, like he had, I don't know, like he could have, I feel like he could have done like more shit to be like that, but maybe he just wanted to be like a one-hit wonder. I don't fucking know why he didn't direct anything else, but it's funny. It's like a heist movie at the end of it, and it's like it's a clever heist too, and it's not like some like bullshit. And I don't know, like just most of the parts were genuinely funny, but it also was an actual story. So
only way you going home is shot, motherfucker! What the hell you think you're doing with that little shit? Stop it! Stop it! Don't shoot that little motherfucker no more! Fuck this.
yeah, I don't fucking, yeah, you fucking get it. Number 6 in this bitch is a Japanese film called Rashomon, which I know probably fucking none of you have heard of. It's by this guy named Akira Kurosawa. And the reason why it's so, like, important to me, at least, is because I'm a huge fucking Star Wars fan. If you know, like, the whole backstory behind Star Wars, then you know that it was, like, heavily influenced by Japanese cinema. And Akira Kurosawa is probably, like, the best Japanese director probably fucking ever. But... like, a lot of Star Wars was taken from, like, his old samurai movies. And it's really, like... And this had, like... Rashomon had nothing to do with, like, the whole, like, conception of Star Wars. But it's just, like, the way that like, the story is told that makes it so cool. It's, like... I wouldn't say it's, like, Pulp Fiction. But it's kind of like Pulp Fiction and, like, the... No, not really. Fuck. It's almost like... how do I compare it? It's really nothing you can compare it to, honestly. It's just like, it's a story within a story. So it's like all of the different perspectives. It's basically about this robbery that happens in the forest. And they're taking it from every person's perspective. So the robber who was there, the wife who was there, and then a witness who was at like the court hearing. So it's really cool, and it's set in like feudal Japan. So there's like cool like sword fights and shit, and it's so fucking nice. The only thing is, I want to find like a DVD version of it that's like dubbed or some shit. That's so lazy of me because I hate watching movies with subtitles because I like fucking I want to look at the movie. I don't want to have to like look down and like try to read it and like see like I don't know. I'm just a little bitch about that. But yeah, that's one I like really recommend to people who like have no idea about like the movies I'm into. That's one that I recommend to people. That's one that I like tell people about a lot, just because like I've never heard anyone fucking talk about Rashomon like ever in my fucking life. I don't know. I fucking wish that like there was a thing where like old movies that like weren't really, I don't say popular, but like weren't really like that people today don't know about. I wish there was like a HBO or a fucking Netflix or some shit that would like get those movies and put them out to like kids my age or younger, or just I'm pretty sure my fucking parents don't even know about this movie, but it's like I wish there was like some kind of thing that would like, I don't know, keep those things alive, because I feel like film is probably one of the most important art forms like ever since it's like been conceived or invented, just because it's so like, I don't know, it's so like dimensional and it can like transcend whatever. I don't fuck it. It's like some deep ass shit that I can't think of like off the top of my head, but I just feel like something that good should be preserved or like, you know, like remembered more, because like Akira Kurosawa is a fucking like, he's one of the, I think he's probably one of the best directors ever to influence something as big as Star Wars. Like, I don't know, it's so cool and crazy to think of like how many things were influenced by that we don't even know about. So I don't know, I'm going on and on about this shit, but just check it out. Hit me up and tell me what you thought about it. The next movie on my list might sound fucking stupid. Fuck you in advance, but it's Speed Racer. And I put this on here because growing up, like, I think it was in like 3rd or 4th grade when this movie came out. And I was so fucking happy to see this shit because like my dad grew up watching the fucking 60s cartoon version of it. And he had like all the fucking DVDs and we would like watch them together and shit. But when it came out, it was like, I don't know, I was just so happy to see it. And I watched it maybe like a year or two ago on acid probably. And just like the fucking visuals of it, like, is like, it's so good. Like, it's fucking insane how good like every like the color scheme is, and like just how like immersive that fucking movie is. And it's just so crazy. Like, I remember having like the fucking game on my DS playing that shit, and like, I don't know, like just again, like me kind of like revisiting that really, like, I don't know, it was really cool to see like how I never really noticed stuff about it, like, because now I have like this thing where like I will notice things about movies that I know, like, oh, they must have used this lens for that shot, or like that's a dolly shot, or like just weird little nerd shit that like I just through watching a lot of movies and fucking YouTube videos about making movies that I just know now. It's cool, like, just watching stuff that I grew up with, again, like, with my knowledge now. So, yeah, if you want to ever do acid and watch a movie, Speed Racer, Doctor Strange, and Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, fucking 10 out of 10. The next movie I have on my list is The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. And this one was kind of hard to pick because I was going to choose, it was between this one and Once Upon a Time in the West, which it's also a really good movie. It's by the same director. But, I don't know. I feel like this one has, like, more of a, I don't know. It's, like, more of an adventure, which I just fucking personally love. Because it goes from, like, beginning to end in, like, a whole totally different style, I guess. Like, the beginning of it is kind of, like, more, like, barren, like, landscape, kind of like, you know, you're kind of alone in it with the characters. And then towards the end, it's like you're in this whole, like, you've been through the whole thing, and then it's like this final duel or whatever, and you know, like, just everything is riding on it. And I just feel like it's an experience. It's like a really good, like, movie watching experience. And again, not to sound like a fucking hipster or anything, but it's like movies now, like, don't really feel like that. It's like, it's either like really predictable or they just want you to laugh when it's like not even, like, most Marvel movies nowadays, like, half of the time, like, it's just like fucking puns and shit. Like, and I like Marvel movies, don't get me wrong, but it's like, what the fuck does that even have to do with the movie? But what is that? But yeah, I don't know, like, just most of the movies now, like, they don't feel like a real experience. It just feels like you're going and watching something that you already, like, you know what's going to happen. But with this, it's like, there's no, like, hero of the movie. It's just like they're all three characters are kind of like bad guys. They're not fucking good, but they're not, it's weird. It's just, like breaking down characters and then like putting them up against each other. It's kind of interesting. And yeah, if you also don't know this about me, I fucking love westerns, especially the ones that were made in Italy, which are called spaghetti westerns. And this is like one of like probably the most celebrated one from Italy, just because of like how fucking good it is. But yeah, I'll probably make another video about westerns soon, or fuck, I don't know how I'm gonna be doing this shit. But yeah, look out for that. Number 9, fuck. Ninth film I have on here is The Fifth Element, and fuck, like Speed Racer, I grew up watching this with my brother when I was a kid, and I actually thought that Chris Tucker's character in this movie was Michael Jackson.
Right size, right build, right head, right on. Right on, right on. And he's got something to say to those 50 billion pair of ears out there. Pop it, D-Man.
Hi.
Unbelievable.
For some reason, I don't know how I compared it, but maybe it's just because like he's a fucking black pop star in the movie. I just thought like, oh, that must be Michael Jackson playing this character.
Yesterday's frog will be tomorrow's prince of Froston Paradise. A hotel of 1,001 follies, lollies, and lick'em lollies. A magic fountain flowing with non-stop wine, women, and noochie coochie coo. All night long. All night long. All night. Ooh. Start licking this damn sweet girlies, cause this guy's gonna have you riding home to mama. Right here from 5 to 7, I'll be your voice, you know. And I'll be hot on the trail of the sexiest man in the year. D-Man, your man.
End of transmission.
Okay, Ruby. See you tomorrow at 5.
But yeah, this movie is like it's really fun. Like, I remember even like as a kid not knowing like, just being a kid, like not understanding the jokes and stuff, or like just what the fuck was going on, or what anything meant about anything. It was just a fun thing to watch. Like, I was probably like 7 or 8, so I didn't like get everything, but it was still like I just remember like always wanting to watch it and just liking how it was made and how kind of like. And it's also one of those movies that like I can just revisit from my childhood and be like, oh, that shit was like actually really fucking cool. Like, I never like doubted or like didn't like it, but it's just like as you grow up, you stop kind of doing the same shit. And then I just was like bored one day and I just rewatched it and I was like, oh shit, like this is still fucking fire. Like, Bruce Willis is actually cool as fuck. So yeah, I don't know. That was just another one that I kind of just like remembered from liking as a kid and just it stuck with me. And the last one on my list, again, is probably one that I've watched so many times that like really like stood out to me just because of like how immersive it is almost. And that's Back to the Future Part 2. And I've liked all the Back to the Future movies, but Part 2 was just probably like, to me it was the best out of the whole series just because like, I don't know, I always feel like the middle, like in a saga or whatever the fuck it, like a trilogy or whatever, like the middle one always is usually the best because it like, it's not like you're introducing the characters, which usually takes a while for like that to like kind of pick up with the movie, and it's not like the end where it's like everything has to like kind of fit into this whole thing. It's like right where like you can have like a whole story and not have to worry about like, you know, putting too much in or like just anything like that. Like, it's just easier for it to flow, and you can pick up from where you left off with it, and you can like kind of end off like with a little teaser or whatever the fuck you want it to be about for the next movie. So with that, even like the way the whole Back to the Future thing is set up is really cool to me because it's like the whole like town is almost like this universe in itself, even though I know it's like the same niggas just dress up as like their relatives or whatever. But it's still cool like to have like, I don't know, it's just like that thing they have, and it was just cool to see something like that. Just, I think I used to watch this movie like, I think I first saw this movie when I was like 12, like in middle school or something. That's one of the things that like got me into like wanting to become a director, was just like seeing how like they use the same kind of like cast and like the same I don't know, it's almost like the same story now that I'm thinking about it. But it's just funny how like how they can do that and it's still make like it's still a good movie. Cause I don't know, it just stuck with me, and the hoverboard scene of that fucking movie changed my life. And yeah, that's the end. Hope you liked it. If you have any fucking movies that you like, or if you've seen any of them that you like, then tell me about it in the comments. I don't know if you guys fucking know this. For every video I make, I put like a little song suggestion in the fucking description of it. I don't know. I've never had anyone hit me up and be like, oh yeah, fucking listen to that song. But I don't know. It's just there in all my videos. If you want to like go check it out. What else? I guess for this video I can like do a movie recommendation. Even though the whole fucking video has been a movie recommendation. But recently, like Sunday, I watched this movie called Wild Things with Matt Dillon, Kevin Bacon, and Neve Campbell. And dude, what the fuck? Neve Campbell in the 90s, she was so bad. Like, she old as fuck now. But there's like a handful of like old white bitches from like today that if I could go back in time and like see them like in real life, I'd probably like fucking die. Because she was so gorgeous in that fucking movie. But anyway... Anyway, it's like a cool like mystery thriller kind of thing. And I'm not gonna lie, it's like a lot. It has like a lot of fucking twists in it. So if you like that kind of stuff, then. But thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.